Hey, did you know that 46% of the global gaming world today is female? Plus, women are 79% more likely to make in-app purchases than their male counterparts. All of these are due to the rise of female gamers, especially within the last decade. Being a female gamer today is a lot different than being one 10 years ago. Ever since the Covido event in 2020 that basically caused everyone to have too much time on their hands, locked away in their homes. The average female gamer isn't that unheard of today. While there are many different factors that played into this huge surge of female gamers, there are some things that definitely got the ball rolling. Today, I will discuss the past, present, and future of female gaming, and the impact a certain game had on the gaming industry for women post-2020 that I believe kickstarted it all. In addition to other factors contributing to it, and its correlation to the rise in female gaming. What the future holds, as well as my personal predictions and wishes for the future of games with women having a bigger influence on the gaming community. Of course, everyone knows of the gaming stigma. Girls can't play video games. They call it Game Boy for a reason. But despite that, female gamers did exist, just hidden in the shadows. Due to this, women had to adapt to playing male-centric games with action being the heavy focus, and playing a male character with male themes. Nowadays, there are games specifically targeted towards women. Otome games is one example. However, with the increase of otome games and games catered towards females, they are usually at the receiving end of backlash due to males not ever having dealt with entertainment and media not catering towards them, and react indifferently to things foreign to them. The newly long-awaited Animal Crossing New Horizons game was the perfect recipe for a gaming boom for women. The game was super cute and really appealed to females with decorating their island homes, and interacting with adorable animal neighbors. New Horizons exploded, and with the added factor that many were staying at home with nothing else to do, many individuals, especially women, gave it a try. This was the tipping point that started the female gaming trend that not only grew from there, but also evolved and changed the community. Along with the craze of Animal Crossing, the influx of prominent female streamers, YouTubers, gamers, and VTubers also took off. Especially with male VTubers, and their large female following, probably exposed a lot of women to video games. Along with this trend of pretty anime boys, Genshin Impact is the closest thing to me wanting an action RPG game with pretty male Bishounen characters. And speaking of Genshin Impact, the ships, whether you like it or not, really caused the community and fans to explode in popularity. I mean, why not? The game focuses on its characters, and collecting them in its gacha mechanic. Hopefully, with the popularity of Genshin Impact, this lets other companies know that husbandos sell too. The other aspect of shipping is another factor that not only accounts for the popularity of Genshin Impact, but also the appeal to women. Boys Love is more widely known due to the increase and popularity of more BL series releasing, such as Sasaki and Mayano, Given, and others throughout recent years. The act of shipping characters, whether with the same gender or with the main character/traveler, can also indicate self-inserting, which is an aspect of playing otome games, a genre that originally was aimed to appeal towards women. And this popularity will only grow as anime itself is becoming more popular in the West, introducing other types of female-centered media such as Josemook, otome, and Boys Love. With the statistic of females being more likely to spend in mobile games than their male counterparts, something we cannot ignore is their prevalence in mobile gaming. Due to mobile games being more accessible to a wider audience, it makes sense that women would be more inclined to play. This is where Genshin Impact really took off, not only for male players, but also females. Other examples of mobile games include Tears of Themis, the same company that made Genshin Impact, Mystic Messenger, Ensemble Stars, and the Idol Boom, which is still strong even today. And the classic mobile otome game era with Voltage. This brings me to my other point of having pretty male characters to appeal to females. Genshin Impact seems to be the first game that takes into account husbando characters into a more female-targeted view. Over the years of being a female gamer, I've always wished there were more pretty boys and attractive male characters in video games rather than the sporadic few throughout all of gaming. There is an argument that female fans don't spend as much as their male counterparts, so companies tend to not cater to them. But have you seen fangirl shrines to male characters and idols with merch Ita bags shrines? There is potential for merchandise as well, just as much as males. The appeal of gaming to women at a glance might not be anything special if they are not interested in more action-focused games or anything similar, but lately there has been an increase of cozy games that cater to the more casual and laid-back type of gamers. In addition, Splatoon is a shooter game that does not include the blood and violence that traditional shooting games have. Farming games have also been a genre of interest for female games, such as Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon/Story of Seasons. That could also link back to Animal Crossing and the boom of cottage-core aesthetics. And speaking of aesthetics, the iconic desktop and PC setup with either pink everywhere, pastels, or just nice setups in general have been on the rise, with YouTube recommending these types of videos to me and me being baited into clicking cause everyone's setups are so nice. Similarly, the activity of decorating consoles is something I've noticed has been on the rise. Either with cute charms, or just full-out throwing everything they have on a console. There have even been instances where gamers have resorted to modding their own consoles for the first time just to have a pink Switch, or even others just straight up painting on their Switches. This type of dedication is something that gaming companies should try to capitalize on, with an increase of pink and other pastel colors to choose from, instead of the classic and sleek black that has dominated the market till now. As everything stated, a sizable and expanding portion of the gaming community are female players. According to Forbes, only 5% of video games feature a female character. This lack of female representation in video games needs to change. The increasing number of female gamers will have a significant impact on how the industry operates. This will also result in growing opportunities for women to assume the roles of game developers and designers. However, designing games to cater to the female demographics can be a new challenge for the gaming industry, such as taking female gamers and Otome games as a joke with Idea Factory's announcement of Charade Maniacs. There is such a waste of potential for female-targeted games, the rise in Otome games, and popularity of Genshin Impact with its husbandos it proof that there is a market for this. How about instead of Otome games that are solely visual novel-based there are RPG Otome games or ones with more gameplay elements? The closest to this I can get would be Persona 3 Portable, which is one of my favorite games of all time, incorporating Otome and RPG elements along with an amazing story and characters. But I'll gush about that game for another video. While the audience alone might not be able to cause a change in the gaming space, more women getting into game development as a career is also going to help in the creation of more female-targeted games. Which is an advantage that indie developers have against these big-name companies that can cater to the interests and needs of them. While the future of gaming for women still isn't certain, the movement at all is a step in the right direction. With more females having a space in the gaming community, it hopefully will spark more game companies and developers to take into account a female audience and provide more female-centric games and characters that we can all enjoy as well. Thanks for listening, subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed.